The Currencies channel is grateful for your return. Greetings to everyone. The news is just now starting to spread, so I had no idea it was that awful. The 517 billion in assets held by 63 US banks are in jeopardy as they approach bankruptcy. It is my understanding that the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation (FDIC) monitors these statistics and insures institutions up to 100,000. For some, it appears to be 250, but for others, it does not. So, the question of the stability of the US banking system remains unanswered. As a major artery, if not the very lifeblood of the international banking system, the American financial system is crucial. The fact that banks posted large profits in Q1 2024 lends credence to my argument. Furthermore, 4,568 insured banks had a gain of 28.1 billion in their aggregate net income, reaching 64.2 billion, according to the FDIC. This rise can be better understood in light of the fact that non-interest expenditures fell sharply in the previous quarter as a result of a one-time charge related to very significant items recognized by large banks. In addition, during the 120-24 quarter, banks saw an increase in non-interest revenue and a drop in provision costs. The FDIC's designation of more institutions as problem banks mirrors the broader trend of troubled U.S. banks. Because of their numerous issues, these financial institutions might fail. When compared to times before the crisis, the number of struggling banks is still modest, according to the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. I must admit that I am a bit confused by this essay. There is more to the matter than just the fact that 63 banks are about to fail and the banking industry is generally having a hard time. A paradigm change is on the horizon in the financial industry, though, so at least the readers may rest easy knowing that this is normal. The impending demise of 63 banks is being played down, for what reason I don't know. Moreover, a great deal of factors will act upon it, sometimes subtly and other times not at all. Honestly, I'm not sure what to do right now. This ISIL goat is a conduit for information coming from all directions. A detailed article explaining how the petrodollar could soon be demonetized. Furthermore, the petro currency is purportedly about to be demonetized. You can find a link to this article in the video's description, which will give you a quick rundown of the origins. Even though I won't be going into detail in this video, I highly recommend reading it. If you were curious, here are some things about petrodollars, including their background and current applications. Explanation of its application. Its political function and the factors that have kept it in use throughout history. An extremely detailed essay that schemes over some impacts. However, I was attempting to convey the idea that these nations are no different from any other in relying on Russian energy. They use the same old rationalizations that the US uses to justify Europe's slow gas supply cuts from Russia. Here, a myriad of circumstances come into play. You might be surprised to learn how involved the BRICS countries are. Saudi Arabia, Russia, China, and India, the four main BRICS economies, were the first to sign this petrodollar accord. However, D is being dollarized because these individuals are now understanding they don't need the US dollar as much due to the new financial structure that has formed. The term de-dollarization describes a trend in a multipolar world where certain nations are moving away from using the US dollar as their primary currency for trade and investment. As opposed to the unipolar world that has dominated for the past 50 years, most assessments of this phenomenon situate it within a multipolar world where big economies share influence. Key components of de-dollarization. Dollarization, currency agreements, bilateral and barter trade, international monetary system reforms. Basically, the Great Reset with DLT technology, alternative currencies like Russia's trading currency, regional financial institution development, gold, and digital currencies like Bitcoin are all things that can be discussed now. However, XRP is also critically vital, despite their omission. This new monetary system, called de-dollarization, is built around digital currencies and the DLT framework. Pay attention, all signs point to a dollar devaluation that will put other countries on an equal footing in the global marketplace. Even though this is terrible news for America, it's great news for a ton of other countries and businesses. The fact that some countries are expressing interest in joining the BRICS group is another concern, with Turkey being one among them. A growing number of BRICS member nations are seeking membership from Asia, Africa, and the MENA region. The fact that Turkey is contemplating joining the BRICS, a group that is creating quite a stir in many parts of the world, is, perhaps, noteworthy. The group's ministerial conference in China will address this matter. At first, I believed it would take place in Russia. The forum claims that the foreign minister made the statement while visiting China. We are really interested in joining the BRICS organization. The fate of Turkey's membership in the European Union is hanging in the balance this year, since certain European nations are opposed to the idea. Therefore, BRICS is being considered by the Turkish government as a potential alternative integration platform. The time for strategic maneuvers has come, you people. Was it a coincidence that Turkey decided to start storing gold in March 2023 even though it was January 23, not 24? Turkey remained the largest buyer of gold globally throughout that month. According to data collected by the World Global Council, there was a moment when this country's central bank purchased 565 metric tons of gold, which was the highest amount ever. January saw the purchase of 23 metric tons of gold. Carrying gold, a precious metal, puts you in an extremely advantageous position. In your nation, there is a reliable resource available to you. The reason I must bring this up is that I must take action. Turkey is the location of that bank. Tech company Ripple uses blockchain technology to provide solutions that boost speed, transparency, and cost-effectiveness. It was this Turkish bank that first ventured into Ripple agreement discussions. This occurred in 2017. Still, I believe everyone here gets what I'm saying. Out of all the BRICS members, Turkey is the most latest to join RippleNet. In addition, dollarization, if we limit our focus to its origins. In what precise way will events unfold? Well, some of the most powerful countries in the world, like the US, will build their own trade and infrastructure systems. Bank XRP is setting this up with the help of global technical infrastructure. Be sure to look at the leaderboard as well. Standard Chartered was an early investor in Ripple in 2016 when the company was only starting off. Standard Chartered Bank now owns Zodiac Custody and a stake that they bought in 2016, completing their strategic investment in Ripple. Medico, Ripple's crypto storage network, recently acquired them, therefore they should be taken into account. That took place in December of the previous year. Regarding the resetting of globalization technology, this is what the current Standard Charter specifies. Therefore, how do you see globalization developing in the years to come? According to him, the title suggests a reset of technology linked to globalization. He goes on to explain that possibilities and risks are both brought about by informational transformation, which is driven by cross-border technological exchange. The findings of a survey of 3,000 powerful business people on the topic of digital assets and decentralized finance lend credence to this claim. We shall confine our conversation to that specific matter. A statistic provided by the film will be discussed towards its conclusion. Also, before the video concludes, I want to talk about something else. Digital assets and digital wallets, he says, will soon be able to enable customers pay for goods and services and even transfer ownership of those goods and services. Regardless of the debate, they allow businesses a fresh avenue for investment, a way to diversify their assets, and a way to settle payments. To put in place the proper incentives and protections, they are also trying to alter policies, which is crucial on a worldwide scale. In this very second, executives at the highest levels of an organization are also certain that cross-border data flows will help them overcome obstacles. In addition, I will be providing you with additional info shortly. In the process of digitization, artificial intelligence functions as a catalyst. These technologies have become ubiquitous, with almost everyone utilizing one. A more urgent matter is the need for legislators, corporations, and government agencies to collaborate on practical frameworks for addressing the effects of climate change on people and their environments. Along with the pros and negatives of conducting business on a global scale, we must consider measures to safeguard the personal information of our customers. Maintain the integrity of the digital asset space while enabling unfettered communication. Many options are available for it. While he was speaking, something popped up on the screen, and I felt the need to bring up a few points. A more egalitarian financial system would be the result of decentralized finance, according to 84% of survey takers. In other words, 84% of people who took the survey agreed. 60% of people believe that digital assets could solve the problems associated with real-world money transfers. Everything about this is novel in comparison to 2017 and 2018. A great deal has evolved. Many were apprehensive to incorporate digital assets into critical enterprise-level financial systems in 2019, and the same was true before. The video ends with that. If you could subscribe and give my channel a like, it would mean the world to me. Coming soon, farewell.